You know how sometimes when you're talking, your ideas can feel, well, a little disconnected? Like just a list of points? Today, we're going to unlock the secret to bridging those gaps and making everything you say just flow. And the key is this really simple but super powerful tool, transition words.
Okay, so a lot of the time, when we communicate, we just state facts, one after the other. The information's there, sure, but it feels kind of disconnected, almost robotic. It can sound something a little like this. So on the left, you've got two totally separate statements. The project is over budget, we have to cut costs. Okay, but now look at the right. Suddenly, there's a clear relationship. The first thing causes the second thing, and all it took was one little word to connect them. See the difference? That after version just sounds way more professional and logical, right?
So what is this magic ingredient? What's the simple little tool that can elevate our communication so much, taking us from just a basic list to, a really sophisticated argument? Well, it is, of course, transition words. I want you to think of them like the glue that holds your ideas together. They turn a pile of separate bricks into a solid, structured wall. Honestly, this is your new communication superpower. So what are they, really? Well, transition words are basically signposts for your audience. They guide the listener, showing them exactly how one idea connects to the next. They help you organize your own thoughts and create this clear, logical path for other people to follow along with you.
And why should you care? Well, for one, using them instantly makes you sound more advanced and professional. It also lets you clearly structure your thoughts, show those logical connections between them, and, as you're going to see in a bit, you can even use them to take one simple idea and expand it into a really well-developed point.
All right, you ready? Let's open up the toolkit. We're going to break down the most common types of transition words so you'll know exactly which tool to grab for any situation you're in.
First up, cause and effect. This one's pretty simple. It's all about linking an action to its outcome. But check out the different levels of formality here. You've got consequently, which is perfect for, say, a formal business report. And then you've got so, which is what you just naturally use when you're talking to a friend. Choosing the right word is all about knowing your audience and your context.
Okay, next up is chronology. This one is all about time and order. So whether you're explaining the steps to do something or you're just telling a story about your weekend, these are the words that put everything in the right sequence. It takes what could be a jumbled list of events and gives it that clear, easy-to-follow flow. Now, let's talk about contrast. These are the words you use to connect two ideas that kind of clash with each other. Look at this example. I love ice cream, but I'm lactose intolerant. That little word but is such a powerful signal that a contradiction is coming. And of course, in more formal situations, you might swap that out for however or although. So what if your ideas aren't clashing but are actually similar? Well, that's where addition words come in. You use these to build on a point you're making, to stack up your evidence, or just to add another related fact. It's a great way to avoid saying and over and over. You can use something like additionally or furthermore to sound a bit more polished. Okay, sometimes you need to make a broad statement, but you also know there might be a few exceptions, right? That's what generality words are for. Saying, in general, our meetings are very productive is often way more accurate than saying they're always productive. And being accurate like that actually makes your argument sound more credible.
And if you want to make a general point like that really hit home, you've got to support it with some proof. That is exactly what the example category is for. Using a phrase like, for example, lets you provide specific evidence, which makes your whole argument so much stronger and way more memorable.
And finally, let's look at emphasis and conclusion. Words like in fact are how you really double down on a point. It's like telling your audience, hey, pay attention, this is important. And then you have conclusion words like ultimately or in summary, which are the big signposts telling everyone you're wrapping things up and about to deliver your final takeaway. Okay, so we've looked at all the individual tools in the kit. But the real magic happens when you start using them together. So let's do that right now. We're going to take one super simple idea and use our new toolkit to build it into a complex, really persuasive argument. So here's our starting point. It's a simple, general statement. In general, our meetings are very productive. It's fine, but it's not very detailed, is it? Let's start building on it. First, let's add a little nuance. We'll grab a contrast word, however, to bring in an opposing idea. Now the statement feels more balanced and realistic. Yeah, they're productive, but there's a problem. An opinion is one thing, but facts are better, right? So now we'll use for example to back up that contrasting point with a specific factual event. Suddenly, the problem of meetings running late feels way more real. But so what? Why does a 17-minute delay even matter? This is where we bring in a cause and effect phrase. As a result, connects that problem to a real negative consequence. Now we're showing the actual impact. And why stop there? Let's really drive the point home by adding one more negative outcome using additionally. And look at that. Just like that, we've gone from one simple sentence to a detailed, multi-layered argument. And all we did was use our transition words to connect the dots. So you see, these aren't just fancy words you sprinkle in. They are essential tools for building clear, logical, and persuasive arguments. You could even say they're the architecture of strong communication. And just now, you've added over 50 new tools to your communication arsenal. That's a big deal. But you know, the most important step is actually putting them into practice. You have over 50 of these powerful words ready to go. So I want you to think about it. What are 2 ideas you have in your head right now? How can you use one of these words to connect them? Go on, give it a try. What idea will you connect first?